Sadly, this event and others highlight that our nation is being held hostage daily. And in this hostage situation, it proves itself to be fatal and deadly. Our hopes and prayers as we gather here today that as a nation and as a people, we will act with the moral, the faith, and the ethical will to bring this deadly situation to an end. We are burying too many of our family members, of our youth, to gun violence. Jolada Watkins was a 6-month-old girl who was sitting in a van in Chicago. She was killed to gun violence. Antonio Santiago, a 1-year-old, was shot in the face in Georgia when his mother didn't have money to pay some would-be robbers. We have to stop this. In the days surrounding the mass shooting in Newtown, Connecticut, the kind of gun violence that seems to take lives on a daily basis has continued across our country. Within 1 week of the Sandy Hook shooting, 4 people were killed by guns in Chicago, 3 in Boston, 4 more in Baltimore. From Avalon Ball, Michael Robinson, Sean Taylor, Ronald Diaz, it is a continued killing, and it must be stopped. The mass shootings in Aurora, Colorado, and Tucson, Arizona, at Virginia Tech, at Sandy Hook, they may grab the headlines, but there's an inevitably slow trickle, like a running stream of blood, of death from gun violence in our nation. Newtown is an unabated violence that makes the United States, the developed world's one of the deadliest countries in the developed world. We must stop these tragedies. The violence leaves young men of color particularly vulnerable and more likely to die by gun by someone who looks like them. America's gun violence problem, as I see it, is about the constant, steady violence of mass shootings which continue on a slow motion run. From 2000 to 2010, over 270,000 people were shot and killed in the United States. We have to do something about this. It seems that our nation and our state legislative bodies fear the clout of the National Rifle Association more than they worry about the consequences to our people. Here in Washington State, we thank you for passing that House bill. However, universal background checks did not pass, which would help protect victims of domestic violence. So we ask people to heed the call, to begin to address this, to stop this unnecessary violence of death. Maybe what we need to do is also, as we begin this process of legislation, is to revisit the Second Amendment. And maybe this state will help lead that cause. For it is not written in stone, and it can be altered, it can be changed. We must end this unnecessary death and violence of so many of our young people. Thank you.